Well, hello, everybody. How are you doing? Well, first of all, come on in. You have to grab your favorite. Look, I still have my beverage. So, I'm all about what's your favorite beverage. Yes, it's red as the one it was on Wednesday, and it's my favorite one for right now. Those of you who don't know, I'm all about energy drinks because I'm all about being, I want to create this positive, healthy life. So that's part of my healthy journey. So come on in, grab your girlfriend and girlfriends, pen and paper, and join us here at Envision Me Talk Show. The talk show where we come and we sit down and we talk about what is holding us back, or what is our buts, what is our what ifs, and what is our I can'ts. And let's get deep into it. Let's get from underneath it all and let's dig deep. Because once we start digging deep, we'll be able to go after our what's next so we can live our best life. So, my name is Pam Stone. I want to welcome you to Envision Me Talk Show. We come on here every week, every Wednesday. Yes, I'm doing a special edition edge interview. So, I can't wait for you guys to see who I have brought. But before I go and bring her on here, I want you all to know that today, still dropping your win. I'm all about celebrating. So, what is your win for this week? We'll tell you ours, but I want to hear what your win is. And then secondly, the show is sponsored by Vision Made Magazine. Vision Made Magazine is a quarterly magazine. It has empowering, inspiring stories. It has how you can put a vision board together. Because I love some vision board. Comes with power words, and it just comes with so much information, impactful information that allow you or empower you to go to your what's next so you can live your best life. If you're interested in grabbing a copy of Vision Made Magazine, I'll drop the link below and click it, and we will be able to get one to you. So, without further ado, I'm going to bring on another vendor that will be here Saturday at the Saturday event for Events by Tasha, and it's the Mother's Day event. And this individual, I can't wait for you guys to hear what her products and services are. So just a moment. Hey, Miss Jonette, how you doing?
I'm good, Pam. How are you?
I'm good, super excited for you to be on here.
Me too, me too.
So tell everybody a little bit about what your product is, even though I know what it is, and tell me a little bit about yourself.
Yes. So my name is Jonette Williams. My company is Glory U Waffles. It is the French translation of glorious. I sell sweet and savory waffles to the foodie on the go in the form of comfort food.
You guys, oh my goodness. I remember when you started this out, and I remember us testing the waffles. I,
Yeah.
her waffles are amazing. Um, I hope this Saturday we have, like, my favorite one was the red velvet. That was good.
Okay.
See, I remember back in the day. I remember that. Um,
Yeah.
but I also want everybody to know that, yes, Jonette, she's doing amazing work. But we're gonna get into it. So, Jonette, what made you even name your company what it is, and why did you go, or what led you into doing the waffles?
Okay. So the reason I named my company Glory U Waffles, it was initially I was just going to put waffles. Um, my mother wrote on my refrigerator one day I came home from work, actually, when I worked at United Healthcare with you, Pam. One day I came home, and she just had like a little note on a white rectangular paper she cut out. She taped it to the refrigerator, and it said, Jeanette's tout de jour Glory Cuisine. And it was just something cute. My mother always wrote notes. That was how we communicated a lot, especially me growing up, because she would be at work and I would come home, and she would make sure this is how you get. I need this to be done. It's in black and white. You can't tell me you didn't see it. So that was the thing. So when I came home and I saw that on my refrigerator, it just made me choke up a little bit, um, and it meant so much. My mother, before she took sick back in 2016, And on her deathbed, because my mother is one of the people and one of the reasons why I love to cook. Um, but, she knew that cooking was a passion of mine, and she always, wanted to push me into my passion. So, on her deathbed, I promised her that I would, start my food truck. And she just looked at me and said, when? The only thing I could say at that moment was, I don't know, but soon. Um, when she passed, it took a toll on me. It still, as you can see, takes a toll on me. But I wanted to honor her and make sure that she knew that I was going to, go after my passion no matter what. So I decided to take a part of that note. And of course, Glory You stood out to me because I knew it would be difficult for people to pronounce.
Yes.
Because, sometimes you look at something and it's just like, I want to say it, but I don't know, I'm not sure. And it would give me a way to let them know about my mother and, have that conversation and understand why I chose it. Because, I mean, if I do say so myself and my mother said it, my cuisine is glorious.
Yeah. Oh, it is beyond that. But I'm being biased. I totally agree. I've been at the beginning so I'm totally biased on it. But out of all the food that you make, I know you cook a lot. I do know that.
Mhm,
What made you
mhm.
choose waffles though? What made you choose the
Um,
gourmet waffles?
So, I mean, waffles, I think, are fun. There's a debate, pancakes or waffles, and I have an answer for that too, pancake waffles, but I digress. Um,
I like that. I like that pancake waffles.
oh, I do it. But yeah, so waffles, they have, it's like a vehicle, you know what I mean? It has the nooks and crannies, like, what are those things? Thomas's English muffins. Sauce can get into the little
Yeah.
holes and everything. It can stand up to a lot, which is waffles. Why I say fulls, because it's full of stuff. Um, but yeah, so and a big part of it too was I have a friend who I did waffles at a Easter brunch. And at that time, it still wasn't really like, it still didn't click in how we would do it. But I'm from Brooklyn. I always wanted a good sandwich. It's hard to find really good sandwiches here in Columbus. I'm not going to lie. But, there are a few spots.
Right.
So, and, her idea to me while we were talking was just like, well, why don't you make the sandwich a waffle? And we thought about bread and, doing something like that. And the idea just really spun from there. And I just, whatever I could figure out, put into a waffle iron. Let's see if it'll turn into a waffle.
So what is your most popular waffle that you make?
The salmon patty waffle and the red velvet.
Yeah. I agree. I
Yeah.
agree. As you've gone through the journey that you're going through, and I know the journey is still continuing, but I
Mhm.
know at the beginning or even now, you faced some obstacles. What's one obstacle you faced and how did you overcome it?
So I really thought about this question, and the obstacle that I um, faced, face, and am working on not facing anymore is, or at least keeping it at bay, is I do suffer from depression.
Mhm.
Um, Losing my mother was an intricate part of that as well. I've suffered from depression long standing, and I recognize when it comes,
Mhm.
and I usually am able to handle it, and deal. I don't medicate. I do therapy, um, but losing my mother, that one was something that I just was not prepared for.
I understand.
So this journey of doing the food truck in honor of her and also in honor of myself, my children, my husband, my family, um, that's an obstacle that I come up against quite often, but I also revel in the fact that I can talk about it,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm still fighting through it. And with everything, I know that I'm still going to do it. So it's not a concern. You know what I mean?
I
It's a
do. I
concern, but
do.
it's not. Yeah.
But and that's good though, because we all go through the journey, and we all not face we all may not have faced what you have faced, but going through the journey sometimes we stop, and people will just stop and not go any further. And I first want to thank you for sharing the story about your mother and what triggered the depression. And I want to thank you for sharing that, because I want people to understand we go through so much in our life
Mhm.
and people
Yeah.
don't know it. And then when we go through it, it's all about how are we going to go through it to get through it. And
Mhm.
so many people will stop. They're like, I just can't, or I'm not going to, instead of pushing through it. And it's painful. I mean, we're
Yeah,
seeing the
it
pain
is.
but it's painful, but it's also therapeutic that you are sharing it with us, because I know there are other women on the other side of the camera saying they're facing the same thing that you're
Mhm.
facing, but now they see that you're doing it. They're like, okay, I can do if she can do it, at least she can motivate me to move forward and not sit. So
Yeah.
thank you for both of those. As you had talked about cooking and that was your passion, a lot of women around the world are always asking me, well, I hear the women talk about their passion, but I don't know my passion. What would
Mhm.
you tell a woman that say, I don't know my passion? What would you tell them?
Um, I think that I would say you do know. It's just that you haven't unlocked it yet. It's something that you see every day, you go through every day, and it puts a smile on your face, but you sort of ignore it. A
So if
lot of times.
I'm sorry. So if they ignore it, how do they get past it? Or what would you tell them how to get past it?
Um, Usually what I do is a lot of times it can be scary to be alone with your thoughts,
Mm,
but it can also be powerful to be alone with your thoughts.
so true.
So I would just say take some time, 5, 10 minutes, really just sit down and think about your day, reflect on your day, try to push all of the other things that keep popping in, like, oh, you got to go do this still, you still have to do that. Just take a breath, take a moment, and just really reflect from the time that you woke up to the time that you are in right now, and what throughout that day, even if it was a rough day, something brought you a little bit of a smile. What
Mm.
was that? And try to hold on to that.
I love that. That is so powerful. I love that. So, believe it or not, we're almost halfway through our show. Time has gone by so fast. So, if someone wanted to get one of your amazing, amazing waffles, how can they connect? And if they can't come to this Saturday's event, what would be another way they can connect with you so they can get one of your waffles?
So I was recently blessed with an opportunity and sort of a pivot at the same time, while still working on my truck. So don't worry, guys, it's still working.
Okay, okay.
But I was blessed with the opportunity of being able to be the chef at Blue Note Jazz Cafe on Main Street. And a lot of people don't know about Blue Note. It is a hidden gem. The owners are amazing. And their son, who is also a chef there, um, have welcomed me into that location, as well as my waffles. I mean, if you know about it, you know about it, but if you don't, you don't. They are not currently on the menu, but
Right.
we are working on opening up. There's the Sunday brunches coming. There's a lot of little things coming within the next month
Excellent.
or so. So I don't want to go too much into detail, but you can definitely do that. But I also do personal events. I do private events as well. I have a website, www.glorywaffles.net. And of course I did net because Jonette, come on, get it out. But I own
I
.com.
understand. That makes
So
sense.
if you put in .com by mistake, it'll still get me.
I love
Um,
it. I love it. Well, I definitely will put this into the notes in case anybody is looking to connect to you. And I hope those of you, I want everyone to understand that I'm going to personally invite you to come out to the event, which will be this Saturday. I can't believe it's here now, but
yeah.
this Saturday. And I'll give you and I will put in where you can find it as well as the flyer. We'll be there from 2 to 7. So come out. Can't no one say I didn't invite you because I've extended the invitation to you all. So Jonette, let's pivot a little bit and let's talk a
Okay.
little bit about you. One part of the show that I always do is called Book on the Shelf. And Book on the Shelf is a book that we are reading and that we would love to recommend to our viewers and listeners. What book would you suggest?
Ah. So honestly, the book that I'm looking at right now is the Gullah Geechee Home Cooking. This right here.
Ooh, okay.
And this is by Emily Majette. I probably said that wrong. My accent and yeah. So, but she's a matriarch of Edisto Island. And my background, I'm Gullah Geechee. So this is something, actually my old executive chef bought this book.
Nice. Oh,
So
nice.
yeah, that's that's what that's what I would say. I would recommend.
I love it. I'm reading right now 3 books. Those of you who know me, you know my mind can't settle on one. And I'm not reading it, I'm doing Audible. So the first
Mhm.
one I'm doing is Power by Rhonda. And she talks about the power in our thinking projects what the universe is going to give back to us. So you may think that you're thinking positive, but but you have really negative thoughts. It will come, the negativity is the overpowering feeling, and the universe will give that back to you. And I did
Mhm.
that. I was listening to that book because I want to start being so in tune and intentional on what I'm doing, what my thoughts are, and what comes to me, or is what comes to me is make sure is what I'm saying that I want. So that was the reason why I read that book. And the
Mhm.
other one is Speak from the Stage to Make Money by Ashley the Bomb. She's really good. She's really, really good. So those are the 2 books currently I am reading right now. Jonette, as you're such a busy woman, what do
Mhm.
you do for self-care?
Ta. That's something that I'm working on. But honestly, when I can, I escape. And escape, I by saying that I mean I'll go and visit family.
Okay.
Um, that has been that's been a lot of that's been some good self-care for me. My youngest is actually turning 11 next week, Friday. So her and I are going to go to Georgia for her birthday and visit my best friend, one of my best friends, my childhood best friend. Um, and just hang out. And I have some surprises for her too. So that's
Oh,
that's one of the things. And also, really quickly, I just thought about it too. Another book, and it's sort of along the lines of the Gullah Geechee.
okay.
I have been discovering my heritage. I was a little bit scared before to do the whole 23andMe, all of that stuff. I was,
Yes.
you know, but I needed to do some more research into my family, and also I wanted to be able to delve more into my background for my cooking purposes. And I am reading Slaves in the Family by Edward Ball. And I
Ooh,
actually found out that on my paternal side, my father, the slave owners were the Harlestons, and the Harlestons and the Balls were some of the most prominent slave owners, I guess, in Charleston and in the South. So that is something that I have been reading as well.
I got it. Got it noted. Oh, that's good. I would say I would get it, but you know me, I'm still with the cooking thing. Sorry. She knows. It's nothing that she don't already know, you guys. She knows. Sorry. And so, Jonette, as we get ready to cook, I'm being honest. I have
Yes,
to be
ma'am.
honest. There's
There's nothing wrong with that. I have no problem with honesty.
why, why even fake it? And
Hmm.
you already know. So there would be no need for me to say, "Oh, Jonette, I'm gonna get it." And you'd be like, "Really? Oh, how'd it go?" It's like, "Oh, yeah, see, you're right."
Right.
There's no need to even call me on the carpet on that because that's not my thing. But Jonette, before we close down our time has gone by so fast, and I so appreciate you joining me. What is your what's next?
Mm. Um, my what's next is honestly, I can't even tell you because so many things, so many blessings have come that I didn't even expect. Like the
Mm.
IKEA influencer. I mean, I suck at social media. I'm working on it though. And IKEA is definitely going to be a reason. But like, so that is such a blessing. So my what's next is I'm just keeping my eyes and ears open.
Good. I don't blame you. It's a
Yeah.
lot going on. You should be proud of yourself. So proud of
Mhm.
yourself. And
Mhm.
then what is your win for this week?
My win is doing this event this Saturday and yeah, this interview.
Thank you. This has been so fun. And then here's our last question. What would you like to leave our audience with?
Let me feed you waffles.
Ooh, that's good. That's good. That is so good. Jonette, this was fun. Our time has came and gone. I hope to have you back again. I can't wait to have our waffles. I hope it is. Look, let me lean in a little bit. I hope it is the red velvet, just between you and I. But if not, I'll be okay.
You'll be okay.
Okay, so I guess it's not red velvet. I'll have to go get my own sample myself. No worries. No worries. Well, Jonette, thank you so much. This has been so much fun. I'm gonna put you in the green room, but I'll be right back with you.
Okay.
You guys, that was an amazing story. As you heard Jonette go through the death of her, losing her mother and the death of her mother, and how it triggered her depression. But yet she's still moving through. I want to emphasize that because so many of us are facing or going through something like what she's going through, but we stop. And she didn't stop. And she kept being motivated to keep moving through. So I want you to know that you can go after your what's next, no matter what, but don't stop. And remember, you only get one life to live. So live it to your fullest, not to anyone else. I hope you found that this special interview was as motivating to you as it was to me. I can't wait to get in here to see what kind of waffles she's going to have for us on Saturday. But again, I personally want to invite you to join us this Saturday for Events with Tasha, and it's her Mother's Day event. And it's from 2 to 7. I will get you the address, but come on out. You have met all the vendors, practically all the vendors that will be here, that will be there this Saturday. So take care of yourself. And if you found that this interview was motivating or inspirational, please go out onto one of the podcast platforms and give me a review. The more reviews I get, the more we move up the charts and we'll get more noticed. Until next week, you guys, have a great week. I'll hope to see you Saturday. And if you see me, say hi. I would love to take pictures with you. Until then, take care, everyone. Bye.